Pokemon Emerald, and the third game in my Play All the Pokemon Games series. So it starts out like any other with Professor Birch, god damn it, Professor Birch. He asks you your name, I tell him, and then for some reason I'm in the back of a moving lorry, which is the only Pokemon game to start like this, and I don't know why they didn't let me ride shotgun, especially since my bitch mum is already in the house. But she does come out to greet me, and try and act all nice, acting like she didn't just throw me in the back of a moving lorry. So, set the time, just like on Crystal, only I fancy a clock this time. I have to rush over to the telly, because my dad's famous, and he's a gym leader, and he is at the gym. I go in the maze room, I try to steal her ball, and she catches me red-handed. There's no denying that one. She asks me who I am, I don't tell her nothing, and she figures it out anyway. So, I have a little go on a GameCube, a little bit of Luigi's Mansion, and I'm on the way. See the doofy professor getting chased by a Zigzagoon of all things. So I reach into his bag and I play with his balls, end up with a Trico. So I deck that Zigzagoon on his behalf and I call him Vern. And then I'm onto the route. I smash May out of the way. Job's a good one. $300. Thank you very much. I do the whole lab stuff, get some running shoes, and I add Lotad to my team. Call him Pizza Head for obvious reasons, because he looks like he's got pizza in his head. Into the gym now. I visit my old man, who didn't help us move a single thing, or a dad, but at least he's a good gym leader, right? Wally shows us how to catch Pokemon for the millionth time in my lifetime. I've been shown to catch Pokemon more times than I've had sex, I think. But that's not very much. Into the forest. Petalburg Woods. Out of the forest. Petalburg Woods. Route 104. Smash Roxanne. She wasn't too much trouble for old Vern there. Good old Vern. From over the hedge, of course. Evolve Pizza Red into Pizza Red. And Vern into Grovyle. Happy days. I like the little animations. I do all the boring stuff and I want to do for Dam. Have a little dance on the beach, build a sandcastle, talk to a fat creepy man hiding in a cave, and he tells me it's dark up ahead, thanks for the heads up, and then he flashes me. So, that was nice. I add Sableye to the team, which I've never used a Sableye before. I was looking forward to it. Call it Gem, her Gem I should say. Yeah, I was looking forward to using the Sableye on my team. You'll see later why I don't end up doing that. But I'm not one to look a gift horse in the mouth. Through the cave now, talk to Stephen, and hand him the letter. On to talk to this old man. Tell him I delivered a stupid letter and he gives me the XP share. I had to pick up that ASAP, so I actually left the town to get that. Back to Dewford town now. Into the gym. It's quite dark in here too, but I smash all the trainers, get out of there, and it's nice and bright on my way out. Back to the beach. I find some Aqua members to get stomped, and I stomp them. Off they go. And then I talk to this guy, give him the Devon goods. I'm just like a courier at this point. Fight May again. As far as I remember, wasn't too much trouble. She's done and dusted out of the way. Now this electric gym leader that's coming up. Yeah, fight Wally. This electric gym leader coming up was a pain. I had nothing really good against him. I had no ground types, so it took me a lot of attempts. And when I say a lot of attempts, I mean a lot of attempts. I get Rock Smash even though I can't use it yet, because I've got to do this goddamn gym. Like I said, there isn't really many good ground types available. See, I got whited out. That happened to me a hell of a lot of times. I think eventually I had to just grind out. I just battled all the trainers around that I could find, and I was probably hooping and screaming at this point because I actually finally defeated him. It was hard. Fuck you, Watson. You fucking give you a thrill. It must give me a stress heart attack. I add Numel to the team. Call him Toe. For obvious immature reasons, I'll leave you to figure out by yourself. And a Skarmory I add to the team. Call him Tin Can Fly. Now, is he a tin can that can fly, or is his name Tin and he can fly? I'll leave you to decipher that one. The old fire type gym here wasn't too hard with old Toe. Even I finished off with Boss, which actually I didn't show you, but I caught him in the same cave as Sableye. Smashed me dad. That sounds. I battled me dad and I won, so that's good. And then I get the ability to surf from Wally's parents, so thanks for that. Onto the Weather Institute place. There's more Team Aquas in here, but they're not too much trouble for me and my awesome team that I've been building up, and they get crashed. I said crashed, and I'm sticking with crashed. I get myself a cast form, which immediately gets boxed, because who the hell is ever going to use a cast form? Battle May again, she riding upon me in the rain, but she wasn't really too difficult. Good old Gem there. I miss you, Gem. You'll soon see what happens to Gem. Sad, sad, sad. On to Steven now, on the bridge. He's got something invisible in the way, and he uses Devon Scope, a little bit of X-ray vision. Turns out it was a Kecleon, which I defeated, and I was then onto the gym, which was also blocked by a Kecleon. Flying type gym wasn't too difficult, I don't think, maybe a couple of attempts there. Onto Lily Cove. I go on up the stairs, very, very slowly. May's up there, and I take May out, no problem at all. Then I find some Team Aqua, they're Aqua, right? Aqua members on the Mount Pyre, I believe it was. Take all them out, not too big of a deal. And then I run into the old boss, chat to some old people, and I'm then on my way eventually after they, you know what old people are like, they never shut the fuck up. Oh yeah, boss evolved, which is cool. Happy days. Good old boss. Yeah, we get the point. Alright. Here is a Shuppet, as you are probably all familiar with. And while I was battling through Mount Pyre, I found myself a shiny Shuppet. 1 in 8,087 chance, I believe. I never ever get this lucky. And I was worried too that I wasn't going to catch him, because at one point he uses Curse. And I thought, if I swap Pokemon, he's going to use Curse again and he's going to die. So there goes the Curse. So I had no other choice but to keep flinging balls and hope for the best. And boom, caught him Shiny Boo. Now here's the thing. I really like Sableye. Like I said, I've never used him before, but I wanted to keep him on my team. Only I had to sacrifice him because I couldn't have 2 ghost types on my team. So I replaced him with Shiny Boo. I battled my way through the magma hideout. Found a Groudon which flies off, much to Maxie's surprise as well as mine. Bunch of people hanging outside of here, scare those off. And then we hear someone say something on the microphone thing. Anyway, it's Aqua, and they swim off in a submarine. Chase them down, find them in their hideout, find myself a Master Ball, which as of yet I haven't used, and fight a shirtless guy. Not the boss, but just the last one there. Onto the Psychic type gym, really wasn't too much of a trouble for me. So I took them out, both of them out, with not too much difficulty at all. My Shiny Boo evolved into Shiny Boo. The Bannet, whatever. Steven now, he's already talking to some magma dudes, and take them out with not too much trouble as well. He gives me the HM for dive, no, what for? Dive, yeah, with dive, yeah. I finally, at this point, have my first Water Stone available, and finally evolved Pizza Head, which is the moment I've been waiting for all game long. So happy days with that one. I finally got to do that. And a scanner too. I didn't even know what the scanner is for. I still don't know, but I got it. So that's that. Onto the Seafloor Cavern, the other hideout for Team Aqua basically. And here I find Kyogre. And would you believe it, he also skyrockets off. Then those two are battling it out, which is like the first ever Pokemon cutscene, which I sped up because it was like ridiculously long. But it's cool to see, love to see it. when I found a Rayquaza on top of Sky Pillar, which is much easier finding him the first time. The second time was a real pain. It was really stressing me out the other day trying to find my way to him and keep falling down those stupid holes, and it's just the whole thing. It was a bad night for me last night. It was also the same night that I attempted the Elite Four 50 million times. Then I attempted that. So yeah, it was a bad night. I smashed through the old icy gym puzzle without too much difficulty. Anybody with 2 eyes could easily figure that out. He gets smashed just like his ice, and I'm on my way. I battle through the old victory road there, and I am on my way to the Elite Four, which by this time in the game I'm about 20 hours. By the time I finish it, I'm about 33, because this Elite Four was a joke. Absolute joke. So much grinding. I had to level them all up 20 levels. It was just ridiculous. And it was only just half an hour ago that I done it. It took me all day grinding. So anyway, yeah, I battled through those first 3 and through the 4th one eventually, which I think is the dragon guy. Yeah, the dragon dude. Like I say, it took me 10 hours and it was mostly grinding, just battling it over and over and over again to get my levels up and to figure out a good strategy. And like I say, last night I did this loads of attempts, and then I tried looking for a Rayquaza, and then I kept falling in the holes, and I went to bed very, very stressed. Now, I left this last battle in purely because I totally fluked it, really. I don't really think that I should have won. I ran out of revives, and so obviously I couldn't revive any more Pokemon towards the end there, and it all come down really to last hit. If my attack had missed or their attack had done a little bit more, I would have lost, and I probably would have still been attempting it now 3 or 4 hours later, but luckily I did do it. Now I've sped it up to save time, but you can you get the gist of what's happening. I totally 100% fluked it, and I'm so glad that I did, because like I say, it was 10 hours of just pure grinding. I know that the Elite Four person gets, I think it's in this game, gets a stuffed toy every 25 times you attempt the Elite Four and win, which you would have the whole house full of plushies by now if I actually won every attempt, because my god, it seriously was a lot, a whole heck of a lot. So this battle was tense. I was on the edge of my bastard seat at this point, hoping, praying that I'm going to win. And when I seen Whiscash, I thought, yeah, we're good. I can take him out with the old Leaf Blade. He's double, 4 times weak, and then it's Gyarados. I thought, alright, cool, another water type Pokemon. But I had to sort of cheese it a little bit and be a little bit strategical with using up my Pokemon that weren't going to be any good for this last Pokemon in order to heal. So that's what I did. Got the curse off on the old shiny Boo, and I thought, right, I've just got a stall. But of course at this point I realised I was out of revives. So I hit twice, he hits me once, he's got a Dragon Dance up. And like I say, he uses potions, but luckily I managed to get that attack in at the right time. So here is my final team now. Literally, typing wise, there was nothing I could have used on the Elite Four. There was a Dark type, a Dragon type, an Ice type, and a Ghost type. And while I had a Ghost, it wasn't a very good one. Sableye would have been much better. Didn't have really anything to counter. I had Steel, sure, but they were also weak to Ice and Water. So yeah, really an awful team against the Elite Four. I had no good type of advantages at all, but credits roll, game complete. I'm not at the end, I'm not going to do the legendaries because it's going to take way too much time, but thanks for watching, bye bye.